Hey everybody, welcome to the website for thesyndicate.com. I'm glad you visited the website. If you are interested in angel investing, well, that's what I do for a living. And for the last 10 years, I've invested in over 200 companies. And along the way, I learned about something called syndication. That's why we call this website thesyndicate.com. It took me a little while to get the domain name, in fact. And so what happens in a syndicate? Well, an angel investor like myself finds a company that they want to invest in. And I'll write a check between $25,000 all the way up to about $500,000 in a company I've fallen in love with. I've met the founder. We've looked at their business. Maybe they've gone through our accelerator. And then if I feel the company has a bright future, I will share it with the syndicate. There are 4,000 members of this syndicate at the taping of this video, and we've been adding between 50 and 100 a week. Thanks to my book, Angel, which you can see over my shoulder, and a course I teach called Angel.University. And we share deals with a very simple mechanism. I write an email, and in the email, it's called a deal memo, and this is what venture capitalists do internally, but you would never get to see them. We write a deal memo, and I say, this is my thesis for investing in the company. And I most famously did this with a company called Uber, in which I was the third or fourth investor, a company called Robinhood, and a company called Calm.com, a meditation app. And in fact, I didn't have the syndicate up and running back in the Uber days and back in the Robinhood days, but I did have it running when I did Calm.com, the meditation app. And myself and about 60 investors funded that company. And it's become an amazing company. You may have seen commercials for LeBron James using Calm.com. And the valuation of that company is over $1 billion today. It's what we call a unicorn. Now, that doesn't happen every time. In fact, that's what we call an outlier. I go into this in my course, but welcome to our website, The Syndicate. And what I would like to encourage you to do here, if you've landed on this webpage, is one of two things. If you're a founder and you've got an amazing business, and you want to raise between $250 and $2.5 million, our average check size is around $500,000 from the syndicate. And the average number of people in a syndicate, anywhere from 75 to 150 members. We will invest in your company. You just have to fill out the form. Somebody from my team will get back to you. Now, we're not looking for business plans. We're not looking for ideas. Those are important things, but that's not where our syndicate focuses. We focus on businesses that are growing 10%, 15%, 20% month over month, that have a product in market, and that are doing between $50,000 and $250,000 a month in revenue. In other words, they don't have a Series A. The venture capitalists haven't funded the business yet, but you do have some customers and you do have the register ringing. We call that our Goldilocks zone, not too hot, not too cold. Now, if you are a high net worth individual and you would like to read my deal memos, you can do that for free if you sign up for the syndicate. And I encourage you to do so if you have any interest in angel investing, and also listen to angelpodcast.com. It's a podcast where I interview other angel investors who've been successful in investing in private companies. You can read my book. And you can take the course Angel.University. If you sign up for the syndicate, you can expect to get 3, 4, 5 emails a month from us, and those will mostly be the deal memos. You read the deal memo, you'll hear my thesis for investing, why I'm putting our money into the company, and then you can hear all about the statistics and the metrics and the analysis that the founder and their team have put together about their business. They write their description of their business. Then we host a webinar with the founder of that company. I don't actually go to the webinars. I like the founder to speak for themselves to you, the syndicate members, the investors in the syndicate. After you see the webinar, you can then request an allocation. It's a fancy way of saying, I want to put $10,000 into this company. I want to put $2,000 into this company. And we try to set the minimum very low, because we would like people who are accredited investors and who are learning how to be accredited investors and learning how to be angel investors to not risk too much money. We also want to see as many people as possible have diversification. It takes, in most people's estimation, 20, 30, or 40 deals before you hit an outlier. something that's going to return more than 10x your money, 20x your money, or in the case of a Calm.com or an Uber or a Facebook, hundreds of times or thousands of times your money. That's what we're all hoping for. That's what we're all trying to do. You should only invest money you can afford to lose. This is a high-risk category. Obviously, I talk about this in my book a whole bunch. And you should use this very small amount of your net worth and make very small checks when you're learning. You have to be an accredited investor right now. However, that could change in the future. The SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission here in the United States, is considering letting non-accredited investors invest in private companies, and they're going to have some conditions if they do change that rule in the coming year. So you can still put your email in and sign up for our wait list for non-accredited investors, or maybe in that time your salary will go up and you'll become accredited. And there's really nothing to lose in terms of just reading the deals. And then you have to make a decision, do I want to invest in this company or not? And how much do I want to invest? And that's basically what we do here at the Syndicate. It's not all that complicated. Private companies are an incredible driver of wealth in the economy. Y'all know this. I'm not telling you that. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. It's a high-risk category. It's one you need to get educated on. There's a lot of activity in it. And we process, my team, we have about a dozen people here at my company, here at the Syndicate, and my podcast, This Week in Startups. And we go through thousands of companies a year to find the companies that we're going to syndicate. So you get to benefit from the diligence and the research that my team does. And what do we get in return? Well, we get 20% carry on any profits. In other words, we only get paid if the company succeeds. So if we turn $10,000 into $100,000 for you, we would get 20% of the gain, which in this case would be $90,000. We would get $18,000. That's the business we're in. These deals that we do are private companies. They typically take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years to come to fruition. How do they come to fruition? And how do we actually get paid? There's 3 ways that this occurs. 1, the company has an IPO on the stock market, an initial public offering. 2, some other bigger company buys it. Or number 3, a secondary market emerges where people want to trade in the shares before they go public. So you may remember people were trading shares of Airbnb, Uber, Facebook famously before the company went public. That secondary market's becoming more vibrant. But these are illiquid investments for a long period of time that could have incredibly variable outcomes. So you have to really get educated about it. So thanks for coming to thesyndicate.com and joining us on this adventure. Again, it's a high-risk category. Again, there is no risk to reading the deal memo. So at the very least, you should sign up and just read the deal memos. If you ever have any questions, my email is jason@calacanis.com. I read my own email. I get a lot of them, so sometimes I can't get back to you on every question. If you want to learn more about taking the course is free at angel.university. It's a 3-hour seminar. We do ask that you make a $100 donation to charity. We do that so that people actually show up and they have a little skin in the game. And it's also fun to give money to charity. So join us for Angel University if you like as well. And thanks for coming to thesyndicate.com. Sign up as a founder if you've got a startup in that Goldilocks zone. And if you're a high net worth individual, which we call accredited investors here in the United States, you can go ahead and sign up and start the conversation process with us. After you sign up, it'll take about 30 days for you to be able to join the syndicate. But you'll start to see deals, and you can make your own decision about what you want to do with your money and what investments you want to make. So thanks for coming, and hopefully I'll see you in the deal memos.